What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Anatomy Review and Practice, A-Rap with TutorMack. I'm your host, TutorMack, and today we're diving deep into another session of Anatomy Review and Practice because, let's face it, acing your human anatomy and physiology exams is non-negotiable, especially when time is of the essence. So grab your earphones and let's dive into the respiratory system. Let's kick things off with a journey through the respiratory airways. Let's go through it right here. What is this? That's right. That's the nasal cavity with turbinates. How about here? Right on. Oral cavity. Here. That's right. Epiglottis. How about here? That's right. Vocal folds. How about right here? That's right. Larynx. How about here? That's right. Trachea. What about here? Good. Esophagus. Let's go here. Right on. Laryngopharynx. Okay. What about here? That's right. Oropharynx. Pharynx. About right here. That's right. Nasopharynx. Nasopharynx. About right here. Good. Hey, internal nasal tube. Eustachian tube. Let's keep moving. Here's a close-up of the larynx. Okay, remember the larynx is home to those vocal cords that keep food out of our precious lungs. Let's go ahead and identify some of these structures. Right here. That's right. Epiglottis. Here. Good. Vocal fold. Vocal cords. Here. That's right. Larynx. Remember, that's hyaline cartilage. How about here? That's right. Trachea. Remember, all bronchi have pseudostratified columnar epithelium with cilia and goblet cells. All bronchi have hyaline cartilage in the walls of the tube to give structure and keep them open. Let's talk about bronchi generations. Bronchi generations, we have our primary bronchi. Remember, one to each lung. Secondary bronchi, one to each lobe of the lung. 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Tertiary bronchi. These are segmental bronchi, 10 total in each lung. Another note about the tertiary bronchi is the smallest surgical removable piece of the lung. This helps limit the spread of infection. Bronchioles are tubes lined with pseudostratified columnar epithelium with cilia and goblet cells. And it's thanks to that pseudostratified epithelium with cilia and goblet cells that we have cleaning and filtering of the upper airways. Bronchioles, no hyaline cartilage in the walls. We have a higher percentage of smooth muscle. This chart highlights the key structural and functional differences between bronchi and bronchioles while also noting their shared epithelial lining composition. This came up during several of our tutoring sessions. So I thought this would be helpful to kind of juxtapose the two, bronchi versus bronchioles, to see their similarities and differences. Let's try to identify some of these landmarks of the bronchial tree. How about here? That's right, right. Primary bronchus. How about here? That's right. Three. That's that's right. Three right secondary bronchi. How about right here? That's right. 10 tertiary bronchi on the right. What about here? Good. 10 tertiary bronchi on the left. Here. That's right. Two left secondary bronchi. What about here? Right on. Left primary bronchus. Here. Good, good. Trachea. Let's identify some of these landmarks. How about right here? That's right. Trachea. How about here? Uh-huh. Primary bronchi. What about here? Good. Secondary bronchi. What about here? Good. Tertiary bronchi. Let's label some of these respiratory tubes. Here. That's right. Trachea. How about here? Right on. That's the right primary bronchus. How about right here? Right on. Secondary bronchi. What about here? That's right. That's our left tertiary bronchi. Let's go ahead and label some of these landmarks on our lungs right here. That's right. Superior lobe, right superior lobe. How about right here? Yes. Middle lobe. It's the right middle lobe. How about here? Right on. Inferior lobe. How about right here? Yes, that is diaphragm. What about right here? Right on. Inferior lobe. What about here? That's right. That's our cardiac notch. Okay, how about here? Right on. Left superior lobe. We'll take some time and talk about the root of the lung. Remember, the root of the lung is where that's right, primary bronchus. What else? That's right, pulmonary artery. And yes, remember, pulmonary veins will enter and exit the lung here. How about here? That's right, superior lobe. What about here? Good, good. Middle lobe. What about this? Good. Inferior lobe. How about here? That's right. That's the space for the IVC. How about here? That's right. This is the aorta. Remember, the aorta is posterior to the diaphragm. It doesn't go through the diaphragm. How about here? That's right. Diaphragm. How about here? Good. Esophagus. What about right here? That's right. Left inferior lobe. How about right here? Good. Left superior lobe. Let's talk about the alveoli. Remember, alveoli, those tiny sacs where the gas exchange occurs. We have type 1 alveolar cells, type 2 alveolar cells, and macrophages. Let's take a closer look at this. That's right. The alveoli are at the end of the terminal bronchioles. The, the grape-like arrangement provides maximum surface area for gas exchange between the air and the blood. Okay, let's go ahead and identify some of these parts on this drawing. You may see this drawing again. Let's go. What do we call this here? Right, that's a type 2 alveolar cell that makes surfactant. How about here? That arrow is indicating the direction of oxygen movement. How about here? Right on, capillary endothelium. Here, good. Red blood cells, RBCs. How about right here? Good. That's indicating the direction of CO2 movements. How about here? Right on. That's an that's an alveolar macrophage, also called a dust cell. How about here? That's right. Type 1 alveolar cell, good for gas diffusion. How about right here? Right on. That's our alveolar duct. Okay, respiratory board, alveoli cluster. Let's go ahead and identify some of these landmarks. How about right here? That's right. Bronchioli. How about right here? That's right. Pulmonary venule. How about right here? Right on. Pulmonary capillaries. What about right here? Yes. Alveolar sacs. What about right here? Good. Pulmonary art. Let's talk about the respiratory circulation pathway. We start with the right ventricle, then we make our way. That's right. We make our way to the pulmonary trunk. From the pulmonary trunk, we go, that's right, right and left pulmonary arteries. Good. Down to the muscular arteries. And then we go arterioles. Then we're going capillaries. This is where the gas exchange is happening. Okay, we're coming back with that good blood through the venules. Then we're up to small veins. Then we go to left atria, right and left pulmonary veins, and we're back. We're back. So that's the respiratory circulation pathway, right ventricle, pulmonary trunk, right and left pulmonary arteries, muscular arteries, arterioles, capillaries, venules, small veins, left atria, right and left pulmonary veins. Yes. Let's take a look at this respiratory model here. Let's see if we can label these parts. How about right here? That's right. Pulmonary arteries. What about here? Good job. Pulmonary veins. Let's talk pleural cavities. So just to recap, pleural cavities, each lung is surrounded by its own pleural cavity. The lung is not in the cavity. It's surrounded by the cavity. On the lung is the visceral pleura, attached so tightly it doesn't come off. The cavity is filled with pleural fluid. Lining the inside of the chest wall is the parietal pleura. Let's talk mechanics of breathing. So we know breathing depends on the skeletal muscles of the diaphragm, intercostal muscles, scalenes, and pectoralis minor. These are the muscles. Remember, the phrenic nerve drives the diaphragm. So when we talk quiet breathing, inspiration, inhalation, the diaphragm contracts, pulls down. The parietal pleura is attached, so it also moves down. The pressure between the two layers causes the visceral pleura to follow. This expands the lungs. It's expanding the thoracic cavity, creating that negative pressure zone. This sucks air right into the lungs. Expiration or exhalation. The diaphragm relaxes. It passively recoils. The pleura also relax, and the lungs have elastic recoil, which increases the pressure and air flows out. Let's talk active breathing. For active breathing, inspiration, the diaphragm pulls down further and the external intercostals pull the ribs up and out. The scalenes and the pectoralis minor also pull the ribs up to increase the expansion of the lungs. More air flows in. Active breathing, expiration. So with expiration, the abdominal muscles will contract, pushing the diaphragm up. The internal intercostals will pull the ribs down and in. This pushes on the lungs from the outside, pushing out more air at a faster rate.